Ireland didn't starve during the Great Famine. Ireland was starved. While 1 million people died eating grass and seaweed, Ireland was exporting enough food daily to feed the entire population twice over, and British soldiers with bayonets guarded the shipments to make sure no Irish person touched the food grown on their own land. Think the Irish Famine was a tragic natural disaster because the potato blight was real, but the mass death was manufactured, a deliberate policy decision by the British government that turned a crop failure into genocide, and they've spent 175 years calling it a famine to hide the fact that it was systematic starvation enforced at gunpoint. Here's what they've erased. Between 1845 and 1852, the potato blight destroyed the crop Irish peasants depended on for survival. But here's what history textbooks skip during those exact same years. Ireland was producing massive quantities of wheat, oats, barley, beef, pork, butter, and eggs. Enough to feed 18 million people. Ireland's population was 8 million. The food existed. It just wasn't for the Irish. British landlords owned 95% of Irish land, and they continued exporting Ireland's harvest to England under armed military escort, while Irish families starved in ditches outside the ports. This wasn't scarcity, it was theft. Forced exports under armed guard. Every single day during the famine, ships loaded with Irish-grown food left Irish ports for England, protected by British soldiers with bayonets and rifles. When starving Irish people tried to stop the ships or take food to feed their dying children, British troops shot them. In 1846 alone, Ireland exported 3.25 million liters of grain-derived alcohol to England while people died of hunger. In 1847, the worst famine year, Ireland exported 4,000 horses and ponies, 4,000 cows and calves, and thousands of sheep, pigs, and poultry livestock that could have fed millions. Historian John Mitchell wrote in 1860, "The Almighty sent the potato blight, but the English created the famine." Deliberate policy to maximize death. British officials didn't just allow starvation, they engineered it. Charles Trevelyan, the British Treasury official overseeing famine relief, wrote that the famine was God's punishment for Irish laziness and Catholicism, and called it an effective mechanism for reducing surplus population. That's a direct quote. He blocked relief shipments, shut down soup kitchens feeding starving children, and argued that providing food would make the Irish dependent on government aid. Meanwhile, he ensured Irish food exports to England continued uninterrupted. This wasn't incompetence, it was genocide with a paper trail. Workhouses designed to kill. Britain created